or not infinite, but definite, where you cannot go in there with a really weak legal case. You know, you have to put it in there in order to beat the federal government. And again, you hear the federal government appealing Supreme Court cases, just like that one, the Métis and all that are now Indians. You know, you guys probably read that in the paper. Well, the feds are appealing that. Not that we agree or disagree, but just an example. The inside the government, they always appeal something, you know. So we're waiting for that. We're still really heavy on the political lobbying, writing letters. We want to be in the hearings on these bills when they come up in Parliament. So we're still doing our work, and somebody mentioned, Dexter mentioned orientation. We're still being oriented, and then the second day after we got sworn in at Kana High School, the next day we got thrown into the constitutional, international, national legal arena. So we're almost turned into, I guess, legal or lawyer lobbyists here, sitting right here, right from the kickstart. So it's been done, and it's been a huge learning experience. But at the same time, again, what Dominic said, we're not backing down. We're not going to take a backseat to the feds, and we are doing a lot of work. We are communicating with different groups, and so we have not eased off, you know, on combating these federal bills that are just coming down with supposedly consultation, but they need to consult with us, and that's our position. And very quickly, just to name some of the other committees I'm on, the tribal government includes, as Dorothy mentioned, I'm also on the Acres Claim Trustee, the membership group, so it's a huge, vast area of the tribal government, and reviewing any bylaws on the reserve, all those things. I'm also serving on the B-Test Committee, the HC Puig's Ad Hoc Committee. I mentioned the communication and also the environmental, I guess, ad hoc. It's in discussion right now. And then also the Finance Committee. So I just want to end on the finance. We have to realize February, March, the budget from last year is kind of coming down. So we're, I guess, going to be reviewing budget submissions from just about maybe 40 entities. And so hopefully the money, the funds come in April 1st. So some of you I know are questioning kind of slow down in I guess, getting work done here that costs money. Some of it is because we're coming to the tail end of our budget. So hopefully April 1st, be a beehive, new money coming in for the next year. And also, I guess we're going to be reviewing the audit of this past fiscal year. So this fiscal year was set up by the previous council, and we took over in December, January, February, March. So 4 months of the previous budget that isn't necessarily ours. It was from the previous council, and we just assumed the budget responsibilities. So I just want to inform you on that. Those are the committees I'm on. The housing, it's about half a council. I'm not on there because I'm on the finance. That's a very heavy-duty responsibility. And I guess basically that. So I thank you for all coming out, and when I could add more, I'm going to be talking in. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Mike. Our next speaker is Lance Tailfeathers. What's each of the beans, Gassim, is Happy Valentine's. It's all get up.
Thank you, Clayton. All apologies for being late. I was over at the Kainai High School for their health conference, as I sit on the health board. Once again, my name is Lance Tailfeathers, just newly elected. Getting the flow of information as far as our processes, orientation is still going on, but we also have started into our committees. So I sit on the public service pillar under health, social development, public services, children's services, housing, and family services. A few committee meetings, and getting to understand, like I said, what the concerns are, what we have that's available as far as program service and delivery, and how can we move forward and make the best of those, or find resources that we all find that shortfall with. One of the campaigns that I ran on was communications, to improve communications with our members. So we realized that public relations was overwhelmed because they were a small department with a lot of entities involved, and also the departments and the ways that we communicate. So we've got a communications committee, and from that we want to improve or enhance how we all try to get the information, because it's changing now with computers and our what they call social media, our cell phones, that information needs to get out to the members just as it happens. And over the years we've been used to sort of, through our way we have like with papers or newspapers. I know I was way back in the day of Kainai News, where we get the information bi-weekly or after things happen. And then of course we have different ways of communicating. Some of us like to be just informed in the Blackfoot language, whether it's a newspaper or someone coming to your door. There has been a survey done in communications since the time I've been back home in the community. So we do want to return to that. That way, you guys will best tell us how you want to get the information and ways about it. But from that, even like there needs to be policy behind our communications, so that there's a process where it's important that all like the different departments or entities have to get the information out to you, what information is available. Also too, with disabilities, I was involved with the Kainai government agreement that was voted down back in November of 2011. Oh, 12, sorry. Trying to collect my thoughts here. I just wanted to clarify. I know Arnell had a tweet about it. There was a website, the INAC website, that said that negotiation was still in process and that it had passed through. But what that was, INAC didn't update their website, and that was just referencing the agreement in principle to what that self-government would look like. So that was the ongoing, and they didn't update the website. So just to reaffirm the information is correct and accurate, it was it had come to the vote in 2012 and voted down. But part of that research that we did is we did in 2009. Nolan participated in that, and Myron Eagle Speaker, to survey the members because our on-reserve members didn't have access to services or programs for our members with disabilities. We want to return to that and get input from the community, and then those who are service providers or caregivers or that have live with disabilities. How can we best go back to that negotiation to try to find those dollars or those, and that includes everything like with our members with disabilities, but also the common areas, like our even our buildings, the access, because a lot of our members have struggled with that, and also inclusion with our programs like recreation, jobs, and things like that. So those are things that are on the plate that we want to participate and really push forward. It's really been an eye-opener, learning curve, and trying to best do the job that you can. And this is one of the ways that we want to continue these community meetings, continue them as well, and hope that we can start to have that dialogue or to talk to each other, and how do we find resolution. So, thank you. Okay.
Thank you, Lance. Okay, our next presenter is Councillor Frankie Blackplum. Ansta Jokski.
Oké, dag zie ik. Dag zie ik. Het nou doelspan. Dit is nog kaas. Dit is nog maar zo te piezen. Die nog een paar boetaks. Het toch kost gemaakt zo ja, boetaks. En daar ik zou bij aan stoepen. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Frank Boplum. When I ran on a platform of creating jobs, job training. These are areas that I'd say expertise, but the knowledge, my knowledge base is business admin. I have a diploma, and I have about 13 years in financial management. First and foremost, we're looking at education on the job training part to get trades going again. We're working with, we're just in talking stages right now with Fort Mackay from up by Fort McMurray, and they're willing to train our people, get their papers, their tickets, so they can go up and work on their community, start building houses, schools, clinics, these type of structures for their community. In return, they'll be developing our human resource, which is our main resource, is our people. And we need to get the people involved. When I ran this, we need to do this together. So we're trying to get everybody involved. I'm hoping these programs are successful to help the individuals on their way to have a better standard of living for themselves and their family. So these areas we're kind of looking at right now. Right now I'm sitting on the Finance Committee, Acres Committee. I'm on the ECDEV pillar, and I'm the chair for BTAP. My view is that we should be running our own resources, our own non-renewable, renewable resources. Well, that's my future vision. This is our financial sovereignty that was brought up today in the meeting. That's the only true sovereignty, is financial sovereignty. Because if you're still relying on the government, we're not sovereign. So we need to look in that direction, start going in that direction, start doing things ourselves, start investing in ourselves, and what I said on my platform, start investing back into ourselves, back into our people, back into services, programs. So these areas we're looking at right now to create more revenue for the tribe. And if this venture goes according to plan, I'm hoping we can go to other reserves so we can bring more revenue onto reserve and start building our reserve at the same time too. So these areas are looking at, start creating new structures. All these buildings are 20, 30 years old now. We've got to look at new structures now. So these areas, I'd like to see us progress. A lot of you see the multi-purpose building over here. That's just an example of what we can do. We can do it as people, and our people are working on there, and they're working hard. And I always refer back to Kind Industries, because that was a good template to follow that was working from the beginning, but towards the end, I guess, mismanagement, whatever you want to call it. But that venture produced a lot of houses, a lot of good quality houses. We're getting back to that stage again. It's got to keep progressing. And what I heard from the chief is now there's people off the reserve interested in buying our houses now. So that vision of being financial sovereign is starting to come around right now. So it's got to keep working together. Work together. This way we can all have a better standard of living for our children and our grandchildren. These areas I'd like to see developed. We'll keep, communication is going to be a big part of it. Also on BTAP, I'd like to see us start farming our own land, because that's a big, major revenue generating resource. It's supposed to be 130 million a year. And like I say, like you're saying right now, but where's that money? And I like to find out too. That's why I'm sitting on there, on the chair, get our finances in order, be accountable and be transparent. So these are the things that us council here are working towards. We're team players here, we're all working together. And just right now, we've got to keep going. We got to progress now. No more stopping each other from, for like being individual successful. I like to do it collectively, and do it as a whole, and we'll all benefit from it, each and every one of us. So these are the directions we're going right now, and with the council, we're a strong, diverse group here, different backgrounds. It's unbelievable that we're all working together, but I guess it's what you put us here for, in this position to get us going. Now's the time. We can't wait anymore, as I said when I was running. We gotta go now. We gotta do it now. Now's the time. Thanks.
Ogamo Myron Eagle speaker, Anstawa Pete.
Good evening. Okay, taxi the kituto sa ka katok. Stu dani ku bite pui. Stu no tataki the pin to stop go no. So good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'd just like to welcome you guys all for coming out this evening. First of all, for all the ladies and the young girls out there, the little kids, just like to wish you a happy Valentine's Day. The committees that I'm serving on are the Lands Department, KRI, BCAP, Economic Development, that I'm also sitting on the Housing Committee.